Alrighty then. So here we go.
Whoa.
YouTube, we're back. Fortunately, the other episode still hasn't been able to get put on. Having some issues with some software, and I sound like shit because I'm a little under the weather. And so, welcome back. My 1 cent with Jaywalk.
What's good?
You like with or featuring? Because I think with is better. It's like
I mean, I'm not picky about that at all.
featuring is like, I don't know. It's like somebody who comes on every other week or some shit. I think with is good. Unless we come up with a name for the whole show combined for both of us, but.
All right, listen, I don't want to be a pushy, but let's get this show started, bro. I want to complain about some shit.
All right, well,
trying to complain, bro.
Give me a few seconds to get the podcast rolling because we need to get the podcasters involved. This is just YouTube right now for the 13 views we got on the first video.
Oh, that's a lot.
I mean, hey.
We
gotta get something going.
I thought we were gonna get like maybe two, me and you.
And before we go into the actual podcast part, I'll say it here. I don't care. Before we do any stats, if you have any stats, you got to give me a heads up because I have a new stats promo that I want to unleash.
I don't even have anything. I'm so unprepared today, bro. I went to the gym twice.
I'm just saying, if random stat pops up, be like, yo, stats. And then I know I got to, even though you won't be able to hear it, but the people will.
The other people will.
So before we go to the podcast, I want to let everybody know what we got on slate tonight. Me personally, I have a little update of my own to bring out, a little Temptation Island season 1 update. Yeah, also, I guess a little season 2. I got a little clarification from Ashley H with the big booty, and Ben, and the whole clarification of their they're falling apart after they left the island. Also, talking a little football, obviously the playoffs are going off. And actually happened today, yesterday and into today, the whole scandal with the Astros and the stealing signs. Pitcher, the GM and the coach were suspended for a year. And, now they got fired. So, which sucks. He was a good coach, but was he a good coach? We'll get into that once we get this podcast started. YouTubers, just hang out for a few, about 30 seconds. Give me about 30 motherfucking seconds. Thank you. Oh shit! You know what?
What is it good?
None of my shit recorded.
Wow.
I never took off the mic thing to. So all of that shit we just did.
What do you mean?
Or not?
Well, I mean, it's recording on my thing, and I can hear every word you said.
Well, us, I think, no. Yeah, you might get, I don't think I'm going to come out on the Skype on the video at the beginning.
Wow,
so you
I
might.
Can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, I can hear you too, but on the actual Spreaker studio where the recording comes through, it's both were silent. My fault. That's not how I usually start the show off. All right, stand by. Let me get this going. Oh, Lord have mercy. Bear with us, YouTubers. I'll probably edit all this shit out anyway, so fuck it.
Oh.
Hold on, because this shit's slowing on.
I am. I went to the gym twice, bro.
You're going to go to the gym again?
No, I went twice today. I went in the morning, and I just came back.
You worked today, or you were off?
No, I had today off. Trying to watch The Witcher, though.
Gotcha. All right. Here we go. Finally. Fuck. Eating shit. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. I just saw under the score of this invigorating Clemson Duke game on Clemson's hardwood. after them losing the national championship last night. Um, Chad Johnson, yes, that Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, apparently will be trying out for the XFL as a kicker. It just came on the ESPN scroll on the bottom. You heard it here first, folks. Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, will be trying out as a kicker for the XFL. I mean, how can that not be at the start of something spectacular when it comes to what's coming with the XFL? You know, we haven't even mentioned them the whole time we've been doing it. Talked about or you talked about them. I think you briefly brought them up the other day.
Yeah, yeah, he plays a lot of soccer, so and he had that extra point attempt, right? Didn't he make an extra point
I think he did.
as a Cincinnati Bengal? I don't know. He can do whatever he wants, bro. He's funny on Twitter, bro. He's funny in real life.
Yes, he
and my boy played soccer with him down in Fort Lauderdale, Pompano area. So apparently he can kick a ball. So fuck it. I mean,
well,
shit.
he's always looking for people to go and either play FIFA with him or go meet him up for something.
Man, I'll slap him up in FIFA, bro. I'll destroy him, bro. He's
I
trash.
hate that I haven't been able to play for a while.
He's trash, bro.
They get the new fucking.
It's fucking awful.
Alrighty then. So welcome back, everybody. A new episode of the My 1 Cent podcast with Jaywalk. As you already heard him running his mouth on the show, which is fine. That's what we do. We're supposed to run our mouths. Today, coming up today, in no particular order whatsoever, and YouTubers, welcome back as well. Temptation Island update. Definitely a season 1 update, possibly an update of season 2. Maybe a little clarification. Also, we are going to talk obviously a little NFL, because the playoffs are going on right now. And my boy, Tanny hit. Now, mind you, I understand he's not winning the games for them, but he's definitely not losing them. He is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Okay,
What is he doing?
Which is not turn the ball over.
Being a game manager.
Yeah, why not? To me he's better than a game manager. He can be better than a game manager. He has all the ability to be better than a game manager. He can move with his feet. He has a good arm. He's just not that accurate. But he's not your typical game manager, and he's found a nice medium for him.
Listen,
yeah, that team turned around. That team turned around. They were 2-4 when he took over.
Yeah, they were bad,
and they're in the AFC Championship. Thank you. That's all I gotta say, bro. He may not have been, a blowing up the stats machine and all, but he was very accurate. He didn't turn the ball over, and he didn't cost them any games.
Yeah, his career was very unfortunate with the Miami Dolphins, but it is what it is. You can't rewrite history. He did have 2 ACL injuries that they interrupted pretty good seasons that he was having. I mean, that playoff run we went in 2016, he was playing really well, and then he injured the ACL, and then the next year he's playing pretty well. But instead of getting the surgery, you want to do that stem cell research, and he fucked it up again. But listen, man. As a Dolphin fan, shout out to Tanny, bro. Wish you luck.
No. You always talk shit about him. Never a fan.
Okay, well, I'm wishing him luck. I don't think he's a good quarterback, but I mean, shit.
Okay, well, you know what? Their season says otherwise, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, we'll see next year, bro.
Because look, if you look at game managers in the past, you look at Dilfer, you look at Brad Johnson, he has better numbers than those two guys. He made plays those two guys weren't making when they're in their little runs. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but let me ask you something. I'm just going to say it. How fitting would it be that Tanny Thrill, comes back to his former home stadium to play in a Super Bowl? That would forget winning it. Forget it if he even wins the motherfucker. I'm saying just him coming back down to Miami and playing in the Super Bowl I love it. I love it. Look, again, I'm not saying he's a world beater. He's not an Aaron Rodgers. He's not a Mahomes. But he's a guy who can service your team right with the right players around him. It's like any other team. I mean, those other teams I mentioned, the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Bucks, had great defenses, and their quarterback was whatever. He made the plays he had to make. There's nothing wrong with winning that way either. I'm just saying. And to me, Tannehill is better skilled than those two guys. And his numbers were better than them. I think at the end of his career, he's going to have way better numbers than those two guys. Excuse me. I had some coffee, and I don't know, it's coming up on me. Excuse me. Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm under the weather, so I don't know if you guys heard that on the podcast part. The YouTubers did, but yeah, I'm a little under the weather. So anyway.
He has a hell of a team. Listen, I just saw I think the Titans are -9 against the Chiefs. I'll take that on the Titans, honestly. I think the Titans are going to win outright.
You know what? Momentum is a big thing. Um,
Dude, the
I
Colts showed you how to beat them, and the Titans are a way better version of the Colts. I mean, if they just run it. If they've been doing whatever they've been doing the past couple times, just giving Derrick Henry 35 touches, bro, they're gonna win the game. Who
I don't. I
can
mean,
stop him, and who wants to even tackle him? No one. No one
their
in the league.
defense. But let me tell you something. Their defense got tired at the end of that game. Towards the end of that game, the fourth quarter, you could see it. The Titans defense. Um, So I don't know. I don't know what Kansas City's offense can do to that defense. Mind you, these guys have played 2 weeks in a row on the road. Those games are not tough. Those games are not easy. Excuse me. I've only known two teams I think that did that and won the Super Bowl. I think it was the Packers and the Giants did it, both out of the 6th seed. And it's not an easy road, but it can be done. And they're playing well, man. They're playing defense. They're running the ball like crazy. And like I said, Tannehill is not turning the ball over. He's not costing them anything. In fact, dude, he accounted for 3 touchdowns himself. Are we forgetting that? Are we forgetting that beautiful throw, that dime that he threw? Come on, man, get out of here, bro. Hey, he's a free agent, boys. No, his time here is over, dude. His time here is done. And I appreciate the man. I'm still a big fan. I'm super happy for him. And I hope he wins a fucking Super Bowl. And I said it a few months ago, or a month or two ago, when they were playing well and all that. I was fucking around with some friends of mine that know that I'm a fan of his, and they're like, "Oh, Tannehill, love Ron." I'm like, all right, but don't laugh when he wins a Super Bowl this year. I was just messing around. Shit, maybe I should start messing around playing the lotto.
Oh yeah, maybe you should. No, it was a good mutual breakup from the both of us. You know, sometimes that happens, bro. It is what it is. I'm not really mad about it. Shit, as long as anyone but the Patriots at this point, right? So, fucking if Tannehill has to win one, it fucking. Oh, dude. Honestly, bro, I don't even want to talk about this. I'm mad, Victor. I am pissed off.
You know, that's the first time you say my name. Nobody, as to this point, only the people that know me know my name. Nobody else that listens to this podcast that don't know me don't know my name. But that's cool, bro. I don't care. I don't have to hide anything. So it's cool, bro. Victor, yes. My name is Victor.
All right. I am super angry.
Let's go.
Why do people at sporting events try to ruin a good time for other people? Well, I mean, mind your own fucking business.
Okay, now, do you have a specific incident?
Yes, it just happened. Okay. Yeah, no, it just happened. Wait, I mean, you have right one, now? Too. Well, now right now.
Which one? The lady at the...
Yeah, the lady that sits right across... Okay, I digress.
Oh, behind us? Yeah, that stupid fat bitch.
Okay, so... Go ahead. God, people really are just soft nowadays. So, okay. So, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Panther fan. Obviously, you should know by now. And I took a girl on a date, right, to the Panthers game. And, of course, when you do that, you pay for, really nice tickets and you're trying to show off and stuff. So, there I am, sitting row 11, right behind the fucking, the bench. The players are right in front of me. I'm sitting row 11, perfect view. You can see both ends of the ice. Great seats. You buy Club Lexus. It's free food, free liquor, not free liquor, free beer, free food. It's a good time. You get to meet the players, when they're walking past you and stuff like that. So I spent really good money, a good amount of money on these tickets, right? And I'm sitting down as a Panther fan, I want my team to, of course, win. And when a ref makes a call that no one agrees with in the whole stadium, of course I'm going to say something. Do you know what I said, Victor? I got up, and maybe this was insensitive, but I called the ref retarded.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Probably is.
This fucking woman that was sitting right in front of me has the audacity.
Gotta be a woman.
Oh, I don't even know why. She had the audacity to turn around, look at me dead in my face, and ask me, "Sir, why are you screaming?" I said, "Excuse me."
Okay, wait. Let me stop you for 1 second. I just have to say this because my father, who sits in front of me, sits behind me at the games, and then I sit behind my dad. My dad has always said that he thinks he's going to end up having a heart attack one day out there, the way he gets crazy and yells. So I understand the lady's reaction to a point. Just having to turn around and tell you something is weird, but
okay, but that was the first.
But I was just letting the people know that you can get a little insane.
But this is the scenario I was in. I was on a date, so my level of fandism was at like a 3 out of 10. When I
have a hard time believing that. I don't think you go any lower than a 6.
It's different at the Dolphin games because I'm surrounded by all people I'm used to. Okay, I'm not.
Well, it's also cold in there too. I think it keeps you down a little bit.
And it's also a hockey game. I don't get too riled up at a hockey game. Listen, I'm just chill, I'm relaxing, I'm doing whatever I
Sorry,
need to
guys.
do. But she turned around and asked me why I was yelling. I said, "Excuse me?" She said, "Did you have to say that word?" And I said, "What word are you talking about, ma'am?"
The R
She
word.
said, "Did you have to say retarded?" And I said, "One, why did you whisper that? Two, I'm at a sporting event and no one agreed with this person's call. So yes, I called him a retard. So I mean, sorry if that word offends you, but what else would you like to use in that situation? It's not like I called him a fucking dick skin bitch fucking whore. I
Now, did
called
you
him.
say that? Is that exactly what you said to her?
That's
Those
literally this is
couple.
verbatim because
Oh,
I'm
wow.
confused. I
And
said,
she was just concerned about the retard.
and she
Damn.
was just concerned. And I literally asked her, "What would you like me to say?" And she's like, nothing, not retarded." I said, "All right, ma'am. So what would you like have? What would you want me to say?" And I asked her 3 times, and she said, "Well, now you're just being a dickhead." And I said, "You didn't have to turn around and make this a big deal to begin with." And then she looks at her. I don't know if it was her dad or her sugar daddy because we were in expensive seats, but he turns around to see. He turns around and look at me, and I looked at him and I said, "Sir, what would you like me to say? Like, what do you guys want me to say? Like retarded? Is that really gonna trigger someone? I could get it if there was a person with special needs around me, but there wasn't. I mean, I don't, and it was ridiculous. So that went on for about 7 minutes of me going back and forth with both of them, and they turn around, they're like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And the people behind me are just laughing, and they're like, dude, you did nothing wrong. You're just cheering for your team. And everyone behind me were like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with these people. Their people are tripping, bro. I mean, why do people have to try to ruin something?
I
It's
don't
not
know.
like I'm being obscene about it.
Look, long time ago. Oof. I mean, this was before LeBron and all that shit because I never went to a single Heat game when LeBron was here. But before LeBron was here, I went to a Heat game and I was in the middle seats. And I'm yelling, and some people sitting in front of me, the bitch is wearing like a dress and the guy's wearing a sport coat and shit. She turns around at me because I'm yelling defense. She turns around and gives me this look like, what are you doing? Like, why are you yelling? And she didn't even say nothing to me. It was just a look. And I'm like, and after that, I got louder because I can clap really loud. Even my mom, who came to the game, I forgot who. I had like 3 or 4 people that went to the game with me that night, and she was like, "That is it. Go, keep going, keep yelling." She was like, "Fuck this stupid bitch! Like you're at a game. This is you come here to yell. You come here to cheer. You come here to get whatever." I don't understand people who go to a sporting event and don't have any kind of reaction to anything. It's
Emotion.
like
And it's
and
not like
no
I was
emotion, and then it
belligerent drunk.
bothers you of everybody else. Like, dude, settle down, bro.
Like, I'm drinking a water, dude, because I don't drink alcohol. Like, I literally said, that was the first time I yelled, and it was like 2 periods in. Like, we scored 4 goals, and I was clapping because I didn't want to. Bro, it was obscene. We're winning. We're all having a good time. It's not like I'm drunk or spilling beer or fucking
You
cursing.
just said a word that bothered her apparently,
Like,
and everything else
one
after that
word,
became
and
a
then she
problem.
had to turn her fucking smug ass around. Listen, when I was in middle school and fucking elementary school and fucking high school, bro, if retarded offends you and gets you that wound up, you are gonna have a difficult rest of your life. I
Yeah,
couldn't
that's tough.
imagine her going to a
Nowadays you
Miami
can't.
Dolphin game. I couldn't. It
Oh
just,
my god. Oh my god.
bro,
She'll
I've
break
been
out in.
called worse
She'll
things.
probably break out in hives. She'll break out in hives. She'll break out in hives from all the stressful words that that'll be around her. She's just gonna hear fuck this, fuck that, all that shit. You think retard's gonna be the least of the? She's gonna want to hear that word 1,000 times after the kind of shit she'll hear at the games. It's retarded. It doesn't make any sense to me. We're here to have fun. Don't if you don't like somebody cheering, okay, don't listen to them. You don't have to turn around and ruin it. You don't have to turn around and make big deal about it. I think what people do that sometimes to get a reaction out of people, hoping that they could probably get them kicked out. There's people out there that are like that, bro. Like that stupid bitch at the Dolphin game, which I've mentioned before, who called me out about the vaping in the seats. And I'm like, one thing is to come up to me like she did and top me on the shoulder and be like, you can't do that here. Okay, fine, no problem. I even told her, all right, no problem, put it away. But then to go down the stairs, go to the cop that's there, point at me, like, you know what's funny? Only white people do that shit. Only white people take pride in being fucking snitches. A black person or a Hispanic person would have walked down there and been like, sir, they would have gone into the tunnel, signaled the cop, had the cop come to them, and then be like, look, there's a guy up there, blah, 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 and then leave. So you won't even know it was them. White people? Nah, brother. They practice that point, boy. They practice that. That's in preseason, when they come to the games, they're practicing that point. They're getting ready for that season. They're like, okay, who am I pointing at today? Because they take pride in snitching on you. They look up at you and they look you right in the fucking eye and they say, he's the one. That guy right there is doing whatever it is I'm telling you, officer. The funny thing was the cop was like, come here. Hey, just put it away, man. I don't give a shit. I ain't even sweating it over these stupid people and their bullshit. That was the cop. I'm like, look, dude, they let me in with it. He's like, yeah, I know, don't worry about it. Just don't do it there so he doesn't say anything, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but she's a stupid bitch. And then this year she moved down a couple rows. She's actually in your row now.
I know, I see her. But the question is,
fucking bitch.
People out there, see, this is what I fucking talk to us on social media, people, because I want to know why someone just wants to just ruin something for you that doesn't even affect them. Like you hitting that little jewel pen that you have.
You know how far she was from me?
Anyone. Bro,
you know
she was like 3 rows up, fucking on the other side of the road.
And halfway down the aisle. So we're talking about maybe 9, 10, 11 seats away from me. 3 rows up, about 11 seats away. She had a problem with that. That's insane. Actually, now that you said that about retarded, some lady, and I don't know what state it was, is trying to get a bill passed that nerd is in a racist term. Calling people a nerd is now, they want to make it a racist. And there was some other retarded ass lady with some other crazy request or bill that she's trying. It's not going to work. But I mean, it's like, people are so fucking sensitive now, dude.
What's up with people, bro? You can't say nerd, bro. And people don't know how to give good handshakes nowadays. I mean, I can't handle the softness of people nowadays. They're so soft.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. He's referring to a tweet of mine over the weekend. We had a little shindig for my stepdaughter's 15th birthday. Just a couple of her girlfriends and a couple little gentlemen. Well, I wouldn't say gentlemen, just for a lack of a more offensive word. Yeah. Look, there was 3 dudes that showed up. 3 guys, okay? 3 jits, because they're fucking jits. I don't give a fuck. They're jits. The first guy showed up with a big-ass bear. He gave it to, okay, whatever. That's cute, man. You know, I'll give you credit for that. He shook my hand. It was okay. It wasn't, whatever. It was like, whatever. Okay, acceptable. Enough for me. And then the second kid shows up. Little curly hair. Looked like he had fucking soul glow in that bitch. Dude, he puts his hand out. Like, if you can see in the camera, it was like, not even, you know? It's not even like it's good to meet you, sir. Dude, when I grabbed his hand, it was so soft. Like a girl, like a woman's hand. It was so soft. And I wanted to crush the shit out of it, dude. I wanted to grab it and go, welcome to my home. But I didn't. I just, I just like tugged at him and stuff. And then the third kid, he was a little more sturdy about it. But see, that second kid, man, I don't want to see that second kid again, bro. I don't want to see him in my house again. I'm going to tell you why. You're fine. You have a soft handshake. That's not entirely your fault. It could be somebody who didn't teach that to you when you were young. I've learned that since I was a kid. And I always, I shook people's hand, and they're like, oh, shit. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I believe in a firm hand. And I've gotten my fucking hand shaken by a fucking firm handshake, and I'm like, mother. And I try to, I try to grip. I showed, like, yeah, how you doing, man? Good to meet you. And I've gotten my hand fucking, like, okay. All right, bro. You got me on that one. And, I get it. But when you leave, when you're leaving the premises, when you're leaving the property or the location of the festivities that you were invited to, out of common respect, especially to me. I'm not her father, but I am her stepfather. And you ain't going to come around my shit if you act like a little bitch. And so you're just going to walk by me and leave without saying, sir, pleasure, thank you for anything. Just shake your hand. Just take my hand. You don't even have to talk to me. Just come up and be like, all right, like the last kid did. He said he came up to the first kid didn't. He left too. That's all right, bro. We're good, man. Don't worry about it. But the last kid shook my hand again before he left. Like, all right, whatever. I don't like any of them. Straight up. Ain't nobody good enough, man. It's funny, bro. When you're the kid going and when you're, sorry guys for the people watching, because I reacted weird like a ninja. I knocked over but it actually landed on its thing. It's cool as shit. I should take a picture so I could put it on the. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't like any of them. So really, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. But damn, it's a thing that's happening in the country, I think. And I don't know. Nobody believes in firm handshakes no more. Like,
Listen,
that's a big deal to me.
the
I think
first
that
thing,
says a lot.
there's two things I learned, right, growing up. One was to be, respectful when you meet someone new, and the second thing was to give a good handshake. I thought that was hand in hand, literally,
Yeah, I
figuratively
agree.
and literally, bro. My dad first taught me when you give someone a good handshake to make it a firm handshake, and we
Firm.
would practice. I used to practice giving him
Look,
a
look
handshake,
at that. Look at that.
and now look at people. People don't. Oh, gee, it's honestly disrespectful. I don't understand what's going on,
Oh,
bro.
I agree. Now, see, me and him have our own thing. We don't shake hands like that. We do our own. It's funny too this year. I know, dude. I can't stop laughing that day that I fucked with your dad, and he got so mad at me, yo. Just all right. Look,
Jeez,
I
look
get
at
a
you. You're
I get a
crying.
kick out of it so bad, bro. He got so butthurt. Dude, I love you. If you listen, you know I love you. But you got and it was so funny. All right, whatever. Me and him have a thing. We do a three. Oh shit! I just slapped my mic around. We do a three. That's our handshake. Every play, good or bad, it's just boom, boom, boom.
Mostly good, hopefully. Oh, dude.
Hold on, I can't.
Listen, my dad is a very sensitive man. So when
Oh my
you
god, bro.
you do stuff, it
Wow.
hurts his feelings, man. You can't be
So
hurting his feelings.
so his dad put his hand out, and I gave him one, and he wanted three, and I was like, "Psst, no, bro, it's just me and him." He's like, dude, the look on his is like deer in headlights type shit, or like the deer seeing their fawn getting hit by a car with bright headlights. Like it's like everything just seeped out of him. I felt bad because I wasn't expecting him to react like that. I thought it was hilarious, but he got mad at me, man. He really got mad at me, and that's fine. I know he loves me. I love him. It was too funny, bro. It was just like one of those perfect moments, bro. One of those perfect moments. It just had to be done, bro. That's all right. He'll get me back eventually. I think he actually did. I think he fucked with me after that some other game. I don't remember. It wasn't as memorable as mine. I'll tell you that much. But that was too good. That was too good. That was funny, man. So yeah, what were we talking about now? Because went off into this thing and I couldn't stop laughing, bro. Oh my
We were
god.
talking about handshakes and people
Yeah,
not giving
firm
good
handshakes. Yeah,
handshakes.
it doesn't exist anymore. It really does. Not with the young generation. It's a shame. It really is a shame because at the end of the day, it's somewhat of a sign of respect. Um, but it could be a fool. It could be fooling. Any one of those three kids could have shaken my hand like a man and still been a little bitch. I mean,
That's true.
so it's not necessarily a determination, but at least it's a good start. You know what I'm saying? If one of those
Handshakes.
kids came up to me and went, "Sir, good to meet you. Nice to meet you," I would have been like, "Okay, I like this kid. I'll keep my eye on him. I'll see." But if not, you're not going to be memorable to me. And
Oh,
whatever. It
dude.
is what it is. It's going to be like, oh, another one of these little jits who don't know how to fucking shake a motherfucking hand.
Victor, since we're talking about, little, well, this is
Oh,
gonna sound weird.
by accident, I just hit the panther growl. Sorry, guys. Had no reasoning whatsoever.
So since we're talking about little, let me say, adolescent boys. There we go. That's a good way to talk about this. Your stepdaughter is getting in the age of dating in
Oh
middle
man, I
school
mean,
and high
yeah,
school.
no, high school. She's a high school freshman, dude.
Oh, dude, high school. Oh, this is when
All these little
the fun
motherfuckers
starts.
sniffing around and shit.
So
Shit.
I want to know how you're preparing for all that. I want to know how you and Veronica are preparing
Look, man. Look.
for what's gonna
Honestly,
happen.
at the end of the day, I'm the stepfather. I have no real like. I mean, I know she loves me. I love her. I'll do anything for her. I love her like my own daughter. And yeah, motherfuckers come out, so it ain't gonna be just, hey, how's it going, guy? You want to take her out? No, I'm gonna do that like that bad boy shit. I'm gonna get my BB gun. I'm gonna put it there and be like, what up? Nah, not like that either. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting because I don't really have a say. Let's be real. Let's be honest about it. I don't really. In the end of the day, the mother and the father are the ones that have say in what her life path is as far as dating and whatnot, and when they're gonna allow her to and whatnot. But I know what I did when I was a kid, and I know little niggas are gonna sneak around. Kids are gonna sneak around and do shit. I don't wanna. I'm not gonna smother her either. I mean, it's not my place, but I am gonna have. I want motherfuckers to respect her, and I don't want these little bitch ass fools running around here thinking that they're gonna run games because they ain't gonna have it. I mean,
Have you and Veronica had a
I hope
conversation
not.
about them dating or her dating and stuff like that, or
No,
what?
not necessarily. She just turned 15. I give her mom props for not sheltering her, but keeping her just in a certain level of cover because, dude, these little bitches that are running around now are ratchet as fuck. All
That's
right?
facts.
I mean, just look at MTV, bro. There's a pregnant show for a pregnant teen, for a pregnant teen, for another pregnant teen, and expecting pregnant teens. Like they're like promoting it. They want people to say, "Hey guys, go teenagers, go get pregnant so you can be on MTV." Get the fuck out of here, bro. There's a lot of shit going on out there. It wasn't like when I was a kid, when I was their age. When I was their age, yeah, you had hoes, but it wasn't like now. It's like now the needle in the haystack is the good chick, and back then the needle in the haystack was finding that real ratchet ass hoe that liked to fuck around. It wasn't like that back in my day. I mean, it also depends maybe your neighborhood, your area you grew up into. I'm sure different areas were a lot more ratchet. Hialeah had its Chongas and had its ratchetness, bro. But nowadays, man, it's just chicks weren't getting pregnant like at the rate that they're getting pregnant now at that age. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it's insane, dude. It's really fucking crazy. And I feel for guys who have daughters, real fathers that have daughters. I mean, she's not my blood, but I love her like if she was. So I feel it, but I don't have that bond that, for example, her and her dad would have. And, man, it's got to be tough, man. And then the boy's going to be slanging dick, boy. That boy going to be slanging it. That boy packing.
Oh,
that little 7-year-old is packing. Boy. He's going to be slanging it. But no, him too. We got to make sure he respects women, and especially his mom, and all that shit. His sister, and he's got to protect her too. The thing is that their differences in their years, their age, it's 7 years. They're basically, she's half his age, he's half her age, so they're not going to be around in school together. They're not going to be in anything together. So he's never gonna be able to have that thing where he protects his sister type of shit, or even her looking after him. So that kind of sucks. But it happened to me too, because my sister and me were 5 years apart. So we never attended any school together, nothing. That kind of sucks a little bit. It would have been cool to, if your kids are a little closer in their years, they spend more time together in school and whatnot. But hey, it is what it is. He's gonna have an older sister that will be driving when he goes to middle school. So if she doesn't do like my sister did to me, then he'll be giving him rides everywhere to go hang out with his friends in the mall, and at least that's what I did when I was a kid. But anyway, yeah, I want to ask you this question because you don't have kids, and I don't know, man. I'm wondering, do you want to have kids? I don't want to make this all serious and shit. Do you want to have kids? I don't know if we ever talked about this.
I would, of course I would like to have kids, man.
Okay. Cool. Right, you're still young. You're 24, dude. You got a lot of time left. So I'm just curious what your take is. A lot of people nowadays aren't taking that route. They don't want kids.
I want to be a really good father. I think that's one of my things I want, a bucket list I want, I guess, if that's what it probably be. See, good. So my family thing is my grandfather told my dad that he wanted him to be a better father than him, and I want to be a better father than my dad. So you know what I'm saying? So I want to be a really good father to my kids, and that's like a goal of mine. So it's gonna be interesting because I love kids. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I see my nieces and nephews, it's a good time. Have fun. I like kids. But that's a long time from now.
Yeah, you got time. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
One of my boys had a kid at 21, and his other one at 24. Like his son is 15, and he's not even 40 yet. He's about to be 40 like in a couple years. So that has its it's cool too. Like he's gonna be a young dad with his kids. He could if he were to separate from us, he can go out with his kid and shit, go get hammered with him shit because he's that young. But like me, for example, I'm 41. I have no kids. I mean, I have them. But I don't have kids of my own, and I don't know if I ever will. I don't know yet. I'm still kind of young. I mean, guys, when it comes to guys, it's not the same. I know a guy at his 61 had a baby. So yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the woman he had the baby with was younger than his daughter at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Damn, that's good for him.
Hey, bro, that means that boy's still firing on all cylinders, boy. He is still. You know what? That boy deserves an applause, man. That boy deserves an applause. That's
insane.
That's something. At 61, he's still firing like that. I think he had another one actually after that. No, yeah, it was two. He had two. He had two of them, dude. That's crazy. But all right, let's get on. Let's move on. Let's get into more entertaining stuff. I don't want people falling asleep on us. It's a good topic. We talked about some.
Well, we always talk about sports,
stuff, and I know that. But we ain't going to talk sports right now. We're gonna talk something else. Now, you're not gonna be. I mean, you give me a little insight, whatnot. But the truth is, you didn't see season one, so I got some news that I'm not too thrilled about. But before I do that, I am kind of excited to unleash the new intro because this is all this is a production too, man. I like a production. Just like I bring in with music, I like to bring in segments with music, but I like to be picky about that music. And after some serious fucking searching, because it was a mission, and some MacGyver type shit, I was able to acquire this tune to get this segment started. Now, YouTube, y'all can't hear this. Justin, you can't hear it. I am jamming the Temptation Island intro song, and very fitting that that's how we start the segment. Yeah, the waves crashing there at the end. It's a beautiful sound. So, ladies and gentlemen, Temptation Island fans, I know there's some of you out there that just tune into the show to get your Temptation Island updates. Well, bad news, everybody. Our favorite couple seems to be falling apart. Yes, Morgan and Evan appear that there's some issues going on, some improprieties on Evan's part, something about some 21-year-old Instagram models, his phone dying at the same time every night, going cross-country to work, and leaving your fiance behind. And, it's a shame because Morgan has tweeted a few things that I don't like hearing her say. Well, don't get me wrong. I don't know these fucking people, bro. I believe in the part of when you watch shows and whatnot, you get invested in certain characters and whatnot. At least I do. That's what makes the show interesting. So I get invested in some of these people. But at the end of the day, this is all a bunch of bullshit. It's reality TV. I don't know these fucking people. And at the end of the day, they break up. Hey, it is what it is. But I had hope. I had hope for them because it was such a beautiful story. The lightning in a bottle. And yeah, it's a shame. I'm disappointed that that's taking place. So I don't see anything. Oh no, and on top of that, hold on, bro. Casey. You remember Casey, y'all? Season 1 fans? Do you remember Casey? Her skinny. Honestly, I don't even know what she had no business there. No business. Because I feel like the guys that tried to talk to her were forced. Because that was an ugly bitch. That was like a Skeletor looking bitch. Okay? She was tweeting to Morgan, oh, don't worry. You were just in love. You were blind. You wanted to believe him. And then she's coming back with like hearts. And I'm like, hold up, man. Hold up. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. And then Casey's ass, I know what you're doing. You know you want to suck that Evan dick again. You know it. That's why you're doing what you're doing. You're trying to push her away so you can slide back in. Man, let me tell you what, Evan, if it is true that you're doing what you're doing, just keep doing it. Don't go back to that skinny bitch. If you're not going to be with Morgan, then go fuck a bunch of 21-year-old models. Fuck it. That's my piece on Temptation Island Season 1 update. I don't know when the next update is going to come as far as the show. Well, I guess we'll get some dates when they're returning. And on Season 2, actually, I got a little update. Hold on. We got some clarification on the whole Ashley H, Big Booty Ashley, and Ben. And I'm not going to go into the whole details. I sent you a video. Did you happen to watch that video that I sent you, Jaywalk?
Oh, yeah, I got around to it, kind of. It was a long 15-minute video, but...
I mean, whatever. You could have just watched a few minutes. That's all I did. I got the gist of the situation. Well, she says a few things in the... oh, my light seems to be dwindling. Let me get it at full power. She mentions a few things at the reunion that she talks about in the video. They spent some days together. She went back home. They chatted a few days, blah, blah, blah. And apparently he broke up with her in Arizona, and he went on a camping trip with some other hoes. Apparently she knows of some other chick that he fucked, and all this shit, and he denied it, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it kind of sucks, man, because I also thought they had a connection. I thought that lightning in the bottle. No. That was just lightning for a second, and boom, out the door it went. So, anything you want to add to the Temptation Island talk?
Yeah, apparently whatever his name is, whoever she left the island with, slept with the single Rachel Hamlin.
Rachel, yeah, I don't know which one that one is though.
The one that
Rachel.
The one that Casey took on his final date, where he bought the ring and they were best friends.
Oh, that's her. Oh, I didn't know.
So apparently she slept with
I did not know that.
the guy who she left the island with. What's his
Wow.
name? What's his name? I don't forget.
Um.
Ben. So apparently
Ben.
So she slept with Ben, and then that was the other girl.
Yeah,
that
that's
they were
what I'm
talking
hearing. That's okay. I didn't know when she said it in the video. I wasn't sure because there's so many bitches out there, so I don't remember all these hoes' names.
Rachel Hamill, the Casey's new best friend, apparently.
Oh yeah. Remember she was like, I talk to him every day. Oh my god, I feel so bad for him because he's not here to defend
So
himself.
not only is she her ex-boyfriend's best friend, she also slept with her man. Apparently, I guess.
Apparently, Casey and this girl are back together because as recently of January something, there was some pictures of some video on his Instagram with Ashley Big Booty Ashley.
Well, good for him, bro.
God,
I mean,
she's such a great ass, bro.
that's his baby.
That's his baby. I guess she became his baby. Oh, that's hilarious, bro. That is just hilarious.
Baby.
And hey, let me tell you, he is ripped too, dude. He is swole as fuck. And his
Casey?
Yeah, dude, he's been hitting the gym hard, bro. Should look at his Instagram. He's fucking ripped. Hello, baby.
Yeah,
How did your thing go?
The properties had a time restriction on it.
Oh, so anyway, moving along from Temptation Island, that was our update, and we'll get back into that eventually. Like I said,
not ripped, bro. That
look
cut,
at his.
Bro.
No, there's
He's
a few
cut,
of his
bro.
new. Hey, are you gonna let me talk? There's a few of his new pictures that I saw today, which sounds weird that I'm talking about another man's photos on Instagram, but I happened to run into him because Ashley H posted something, so I looked at it, and he looked pretty shredded in the first few that he recently posted, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah, he's cut, bro. He's not big, bro. He don't cut her, bro. You don't eat. I don't care, bro. That's my hot take, bro. You don't eat. Bitch,
you don't eat.
You don't eat, bro.
It's like he eats just fine to me, bro.
Nah, he ain't big, bro.
That was shredded like a Julian salad, man.
Bro, I go to the gym, bro. I see big people all the time. He's not.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he's not.
He looks pretty big.
I mean, we agree to disagree. Nah, he looks like a bitch. He looks like he takes it in the butt. That's what he looks like.
Well, maybe he does, but he's also taking it and putting it up Ashley's butt too, probably.
Jesus. God. Well, all right then. I'm done looking at this guy. I've seen.
Yeah, no, that's enough. I've looked at a few minutes and then I went back to Ashley's because she had posted some video or something. You know, she has a podcast or a video thing with the other Ashley.
Yeah, that
called
sounds
Ashley and Ashley.
That seems incredibly annoying.
I think people are gonna vote this as the worst episode so far. I'm just letting you know.
Well, who cares what they fucking think, bro? As long as they listen, bro. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. I don't care, but I want to point out that we are not. We're not like, we understand when we're doing a good show. We're not. It's okay. We're gonna have these. I mean.
Hey, listen. I think this is a good show. I don't know what you're talking
about. You know what I'm saying? Like we went a little soft with a little sensitive talk, and then we got to the fans.
That's life, bro. We talk about life, bro.
We're not used to it. We're not used to it. Our fans aren't used to it. So
it's
a disclaimer, dude. Disclaimer. Just to put it, put people at ease, bro. That's all. We're good. But it went a little soft. Softer than we've ever gone before. And that's okay, bro.
Victor, I'm going to tell you and tell these fans something. If they have any issues or if they want to speak to us at all, Twitter, My One Cent Podcast. Instagram, My One Cent Podcast. Facebook, My One Cent Podcast. Complain on YouTube, My One Cent Podcast. Say something.
And on One Cent with the number one, people, because we've had some issues with people going and spelling out the word one. It's the number one. Everything that I have is with the number ones, and that's how it's going to stay.
Tell us how bad the show was. Tell us that we're soft. Tell us that we're fucking pussies. Tell us that we're retarded so I can laugh. All right? That's things that you love to see, bro. Irony. Greatness. It's just a chilling show, man. That's what happens, bro. It's a slow sport to begin with.
It is. I mean, kind of, I guess. I mean, did we talk? Wait, because I know I wanted to. We spoke about Tannehill at the beginning, right?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm still. I think I got a little higher from the whole laughing thing that I was doing. And I laughed so hard when we were talking about your dad that I got like extra high. And I'm just like, I completely forgot what we started talking about. But I have it on my notes. I got my notes here. And I usually go and I'll, check stuff off and just to keep track of where we're at. And I don't have any check marks on that. So
LSU beat Clemson. That's a thing.
Listen. I'm glad you brought that up because we have a few minutes left. I want to talk about something because we talked about the XFL. earlier. And I got to tell you, the XFL needs to be smart. They need to take advantage of this hole that the NFL is leaving with the whole, I get it. We need to be safe. But, dude, guys need to get hit. Guys need to look at these examples last night's game. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I did.
That I think it was LSU's ball. Nice pass by Burrows, which the kid's big, dude. You saw him next to Booger McFarland? He's fucking like 3 inches taller than Booger. I'm not saying Booger McFarland's supposed to be tall, but I'm saying the guy's a defensive.
It's like 6'4", 230.
That's a defensive lineman. He's a big dude. I mean, not for nothing, but shit. Anyway, and it was a nice play, and the LSU receiver I think was coming down. The defender was behind him, and the guy laid a hell of a block on him. They called it a blindside. They called him an defensive, player.
Oh, they did that twice.
But he's still involved in the play because he's running down to tackle a guy. And he got hit from the side. He didn't get hit from the back. He got hit from the side. The guy didn't see him because it was a hell of a fucking block. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we would have been like, that would have been on the NFL's greatest hits, all that shit. And they called the flag on it. And then later on in the game, Clemson, he overthrows his guy in the middle of the field. Horrible fucking throw. The safety has plenty of time to pull off without hitting him. And he just drills him in the back. I don't know how the guy didn't break his fucking sternum or whatever, his spinal cord. How hard he hit the guy. Because his arms were in the air. He basically just turned him and just like, oh, man.
But that didn't get called.
Even call that.
Yeah.
It didn't get called. So, fine, I get it. But if you're going to call the other one, which was a hell of a lot less, that was way worse. He hit him in the back. He was defensive. He didn't expect it. So, his body wasn't prepared for that hit. Some of these guys, you just kind of, you're going to get hit. Your body kind of, you're ready for the impact to a point. But that guy wasn't ready. He could have broken his back, dude. He really could have broken that guy's back because he hit him square in the fucking right in the spine, dude. And that ball was way overthrown. Like, that's a defensive receiver. But the other guy blocking, oh man, that's bullshit, dude.
There's a lot of interesting things that happened last night with that game. One, Joe Burrow is good. He's a good quarterback, but his wide receivers. Everyone wants to talk about how Tua has wide receivers. Both of these guys' wide receivers are just so fast and athletic and good and great hands. So that's one thing. The other thing is Clemson has some players that I would not mind the Dolphins getting. Yeah. Etienne, bro, he looks like a stud.
The receiver,
Higgins
the other
looks
kid,
like a stud. Isaiah Simmons looks like a stud. After watching that, I wouldn't get anyone in their secondary. But they look good. And
Florida secondary got burned too, and they had one of the best secondaries in the league in the country.
Trevor Lawrence looked human yesterday.
Shit. Excuse me, guys.
That's the first time we can say he looked human, bro. He didn't look that good at all.
Trevor.
I
was coughing when you said it. Trevor Lawrence. He looked good at the beginning, and then I stopped watching after the half. I didn't watch the rest. We were watching something. I forgot what we were watching last night. We were watching a movie. Yeah.
I feel bad for Joe Burrow. I think he needs to be put in the right system in the NFL for him to work.
And you don't really think Cincinnati is that?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I just saw something that
All right, we got less than a minute.
I saw something that Joe Brady just got a job with Carolina.
Yes, he did. He actually backed out of an extension he was going to sign with LSU to go to Carolina and be their offensive coordinator.
All right, hot take before the thing goes. Carolina Panthers trades up to number 1 to get Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow, and Carolina Panthers.
They're right there. They're at 6. They can't
they're at 7 or 8. But yeah,
there was some talk about that today. I saw it on a tweet. Somebody tweeted that about them going after a quarterback, or would the new coaches want to bring in a quarterback? They only got Allen, Cam Newton's at the end, and Greer, whatever. He didn't do shit. All right, we're winding down to 15 seconds. Anything you want to say on the way out?
Florida Panthers, Jonathan Huberdeau, all-time leading Panther in points, and he's only like 24. Baby, let's go!
He's that young, really? Wow. All right, well, we'll get into that next show. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Peace. All right, YouTubers, we are still here.
Oh, he's 26. I said 24. Oh, well, he's still fucking young, dude. I don't care. Still young, bro. Let's go. Jonathan
Huberdeau. This shit is still telling me that we cannot connect your selected camera. Please select a different camera. You can see me, right?
Oh no,
Or am I still frozen?
you've been frozen for like 30 minutes, bro.
With my hands up in the air, right?
No, it's you puckering your lips with your ugly ass mustache.
Oh, mine is Hold on, I'm gonna take a picture of this because it's so funny. It's me with my hands in the air. Oh wait, Justin just took a snapshot. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh, how do you do that?
Oh, what the hell? Was it of me, bro? I didn't want to take a snap of me. I want to
Yeah,
take a
but
snap.
I think it comes out in the thing. How'd you do that shit?
It's on the bottom left.
Oh, that little thing. It looks like a target thing. Oh yeah, let's see.
I had a pose there. That was just crazy.
Well, I think you're gonna see now my picture because your picture came up in a small square on mine. Damn, that's crazy, dude. I've been frozen for who knows how long.
Yeah, you've been frozen for a long fucking time, dude.
Man, I really gotta upgrade my shit.
Oh, yeah, see? It's only me, bro. Yeah, the picture.
But you didn't get mine, the one of me. You should have came out in a small. Wow. Hold on, let me turn off the camera for a minute.
Listen, it's been a funny view for us to watch. Oh, yeah, there's a camera.
No, hold on.
No, I meant like your camera's off now. All right, well, YouTube. Unfortunately, this is where we sign off to. Oh, look, you're back. Wow, wow. So you've been frozen. We've been recording for 51 minutes, and you've been frozen for 35 minutes.
Fuck, man, that's crazy. The last.